Hey, lovers, we're back. This is Edgar.
And Sunny.
It's been a minute.
It's been too long. We missed you.
Yeah, we got tied up to some train tracks and had some villains try and come up and
We did
finish us off.
some 3D train tracks.
Sorry, I've just been listening to the song "Along Came Jones" by the Coasters quite a bit.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's like all about like the heroine getting kidnapped by the villain and getting tied to the sawmill. And
so you have that imprinted in your brain.
I have that imprinted in my energy right now, and for some reason it came up in this for this collective read. So we're doing a collective read for you today.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna see what comes up.
What comes up?
I'm gonna start with the Rider Waite.
What comes up is the Two of Pentacles.
God, I'm so excited to be back. I've been dying to record something for the collective. We've had a lot of interaction with Spirit lately.
And we've taken on some projects that are not on YouTube. Okay, interesting. That's the Page of Swords, the Moon, the Ace of Pentacles.
I'm actually going to take
Tower
all
in
of those.
reverse. Tower in reverse.
Couldn't normally have reversals in here, but I'm keeping them definitely if I have them.
Yeah.
Also,
that's a heavy energy to have in reverse.
Well, look what it's followed by.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm gonna see if I can just kind of scooch this a little tiny bit and just have them really close to each other, so I can do one more after the double because I was just told they wanted me to. So
yeah,
I am going to do that.
I'm curious too. And I just got chills, so I think this is going to be an important card.
There are currently 6 spirits around the table right now.
Wow. And spirit shows up on the table.
Nice. So what would you like to clarify with? Which deck would you like to clarify with? I was just told something interesting. So when you decide which one you want to do, I'm going to also, while you're making that decision, the final decision, I'm going to do one of the alchemy on here and here. So that was what I was just asked to do.
All right.
So
I think I'm going to go with the Thoth deck.
I just saw something very strange. You know that song, Here Comes the Sun?
By the Beatles?
Yes.
Yeah.
That song playing in slow motion with some dreary kind of movie set of a neighborhood that's really gloomy and cloudy, which is funny because that's what it looks like today, but it's not this neighborhood that we are in.
Okay.
So, it's like almost like a scene from the movie with, what is that? Oh, goodness. Good looking guy, Ethan Hawke, where he plays the bad guy. He actually
Black
plays.
Phone?
Thank you, Black Phone. A lot of that movie was very cloudy, and it was like a small town that was taking place.
I want to say it was like in Ohio or something.
And then I just heard something is being destroyed.
What did you just say?
Oh, something is being destroyed. So the
Look
tower.
at the colors between this.
This is an urgent read.
This is, yeah. So from the alchemy deck, we got iron, and out of Thoth, we got the tower. And we've got the tower in reverse here.
I just realized that another card came out. So now we have chaos. That landed in front of me and I didn't see it. I'm going to put it next to the ash.
Okay.
So
that's interesting
is going on?
Because you've got this like the heating of iron, right, to make it molten.
Yes.
And then the tower, and then you've got this like black and red. This is heavy.
Yeah.
So I was sharing with Sunny that as we were getting set up, I was instructed that we needed to use the archetype cards today, and so they're sitting here and they're going to come out. But I think we need a little direction. I almost feel like those are like a continuing story here. But
As
we'll
you pull Thoth deck,
yeah.
I'm going to do these as clarifiers for the Rider-Waite.
Okay, sounds good. Clarify the Page of Swords, please.
This isn't a... I'm going to say it again. This is an important read. This has to do with something really destructive. And so if you're feeling like the curiosity that's kind of impending on this, stick with this, or you're also welcome to fast forward too. Like, you know, I know we're going to repeat things as we go through this.
I only say things once. I only say it once, just once.
Just in case the world down here. I kind of put it over.
Alright, and this one just popped out here. For the devil, please. I think we're going to need at least 3 archetypes. The devil's on the card again, and here's some adjustment.
I just heard constant attacks.
And look, clarifying the Hierophant.
Okay, I want to ask you something strange.
Okay.
Why did you say that you only say things once?
And then repeated to say it 3 times.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so goofy. That has something to do with something in here.
Yeah.
So maybe it's part of this read has to do with a person who says things like, I will only say this once, like a boss or a teacher or some type of authority figure.
Yeah, I just got, it sounds like somebody's dad.
Okay. Okay.
But at the same time, I also took that interpretation of the fact that of someone that buries the facts in conversation. So they will give you lots of superfluous things.
Okay.
In the conversation, like semi-pertinent adjacent facts. That, but give you the kernel of truth once in that big old salad of misdirection.
And what's the purpose of that, in like in the manipulative sense?
Because then they say, I told you.
Oh.
I told you.
Yes.
But you're like, no, you were talking about X, Y, and Z. You were talking about how you had to go to this place and do that, and then you were going to go over here and meet with this other person, and then when you got back later, you had all these things to do. Yeah, but in that, I said, I'm going to go and do this thing. And it was almost like not being able to, it's like somebody trying to hide something, or I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to pull an archetype on the Page of Swords here. Damsel. So, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Shadow attributes, waiting for a knight to provide for you. Seduction by romantic illusion. So that's the damsel card there. So that's for the Page of Swords. So somebody is waiting for a situation to come back into balancing, but this situation is intensifying. The Page of Swords is traditionally either a student or a spy.
This is complicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just pulled a crap load of cards. So.
We did.
Okay, and so the devil, I got child nature. So I'm only going to read the shadow attribute in this case. Tendency to abuse animals, people, or the environment. So this is somebody with a short temper.
Okay. And also lacking in emotional maturity.
Yeah.
Their emotional intelligence quotient is low. Stunted.
Yeah. Okay, let's clarify the... Give me an archetype.
There's another double down here and a Queen of Wands. So
interesting. All right. So mentor for the Hierophant.
Okay.
So, you know, it could be that you work very closely with spirit, or that you've got some sort of a teacher or an actual mentor that can help you act swiftly, right? You've got the mentor, the Hierophant, and the swiftness card here, right? So, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Should we start?
You are, but that's okay. And yes, we will.
Guide at the bottom of the deck here, and let's see what's at the bottom.
So there is a reason why we are not starting from start to finish until just now. It's because whatever this situation is, the person is intentionally trying to confuse somebody.
Yes.
Okay. Now, that being said, starting from the very beginning, you have this situation that's being balanced and alchemized. It's being alchemized because when we have the alchemy card that was guided to us, bring it a little closer, more closer, sorry, I know it's your arms going. You have this alchemy card, which Spirit guided me to put it at the beginning of the read and at the end, okay? So, something is being wiped out. The world, it's over, okay? This balancing situation and the tower has already fallen. Now, what's happening is restoration. However, the restoration is complicated. This is where the story picks up. If you've had something in your life that has recently come to a drastic change, whether it's moving, a relationship, a job situation, or anything that is just coming right to your mind, however, the size of the change, whether it's something small but important or big and catastrophe-like, this is where the story starts. Okay, so we have a Page of Swords, who's a damsel. I also got early 20s. Somebody young.
Okay.
Could be masculine or feminine, but I'm feeling feminine.
Yeah. Also, the Chariot, which is very quick, decisive movement, charging forward. It's a Cancer card, so this could be someone that is Cancer or has Cancer in their chart, clarified by the Knight of Wands, which can be a little immature.
There's an impulsivity situation here.
Moving too quickly.
And what I'd like to do is pull one more rider, just to clarify these four cards all together, what they're meaning. Of course, they give me a clump. Let's see. The Damsel, the Page of Swords, the Chariot, and the Knight of Wands are some type of feeling like a emotionally destructive, chaotic energy. Who is this person? After everything that this collective has already gone through. So, I'm sorry, this is a target.
Yeah.
So, the King of Cups is the target. So, this Page of Swords, Damsel,
Chariot,
Knight of Wands, this also for some reason has like strange sexual energy in it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, when that card came out, I heard Daddy.
Okay, so now we have the Moon, the Queen of Wands, and the Devil. Can you do an archetype card, please, on the Queen of Wands and actually also the Devil, just to see the culmination of what's under the moon, the unseen.
Okay, Queen of Wands. Who is the Queen of Wands? Who's the Queen of Wands in this read?
Oh my gosh.
Queen of Wands is a king. So enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. The shadow attributes excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. So perhaps it's a male energy that is in that, or is a female leader.
Well, this also could be...
Archetype for the devil, please. Child wounded. Awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. The shadow attributes are blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Resists moving on through forgiveness.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to do... Oh, whatever this is. Okay, we have judgment and the world. Again, the world. So there's this, what we explained here, followed by this energy. And then the moon and the Queen of Wands, clarified by King. So this is also a masculine, feminine, like either a wounded feminine or wounded masculine with wounds on the reverse. So this is really toxic. It's clarified by the devil and child wounded. Whatever it is, it gets put a stops to. It gets put to rest quickly with the judgment and the world.
Yes.
Because whoever is targeted by these, and you know, this is also two separate energies. So there's like a serious, oh my gosh, what is that bitter taste in your bile? And bile breaks things down. So toxic bile in either workplaces or just in your life in general, which unfortunately means sometimes this is like somebody in your friend group.
Yeah,
right?
It seems like it could be like an extended friend group.
Whoever the target is, whether it's a King of Cups or let's say it's a
Queen of Wands.
A Queen of Wands, whoever it is, it gets put, it's done.
Yeah.
And it's because the low vibration of this energy is no match for the target. It's almost like, are you going to try to actually pull one over on me? Because I've been through so much.
Right. Nice
try, sweetie. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that I can't see things like that coming from a mile away? My life and my job has more value to it than to accept the fact that you didn't send that email and like said you did, or lies or seduction or traps. Thank you.
Traps.
Fuck, I was looking for that word for traps.
It does feel like a trap.
Okay.
It does feel like a trap's being set.
Now, that being said, this is not meant for paranoia. It's meant for awareness. If you intuitively feel like there's somebody who is just trying to like throw some salt in your game when you're on a roll, or you're just starting to pick up some momentum after going through a lot of things and restructuring your whole life, this is your read.
Yeah. I would add that even if it's not throwing salt, because that would be obvious, watch out when the sugar comes out, because it could be somebody that's approaching you with a very smiling face with a nice big dagger behind their back, looking to make quick work of you.
And I also just heard Kenny in the mailroom. Gosh, that's ridiculous. Okay, so maybe that is an archetype from like a movie, like somebody in a mailroom.
Have you been watching a lot of South Park?
No, it's not like a cartoon Kenny. Okay. I know who you're talking about, but this is like a young person. So Kenny being symbolized by, sorry, now I'm just channeling.
Okay.
Now it's just coming through.
Just go for it.
A young, good-looking person who works in the lower like part of a company structure, who people notice because of the looks. So, okay, and then that's interesting that we picked up on this as being a woman, but now I'm talking about men. So collectively, men and women who can possibly sabotage something for their own selfish reasons because of their child wound. But when they do this to people who are high vibrational, it's not a match. So this is just a warning for those high vibing people out there. And then maybe also for low vibing people who are listening to this, you're seen.
Yeah.
What do you want to be seen as? Do you want to be seen as a thirst trap, or do you want to be seen as somebody who makes good decisions and who's able to pull yourself together go get a little therapy, dedicate yourself to something that is going to raise your vibration.
Yeah, or just eat some ice cream.
Now,
And shut the fuck up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is where it gets a little happier, but then it gets toxic again. So, highs and lows in the beginning of 2024. Now the high. Ace of Pentacles.
Big money, baby.
Somebody just got hired at a place. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. In the high rise. I'm sorry, this is also, for now, I'm seeing something that's coming that's in the East Coast North, so maybe New York.
Okay.
Or
why is that always going to be New York?
I'm not really sure, but it's not always New York. I
no love for Philly.
I love all the cities. I'm just saying, what I'm seeing is like a high rise, and it's on the East Coast, and I see Manhattan, and I have literally been there once, so I know what I'm seeing, but I don't have like an affinity towards it. But thank you for that. Ace of Pentacles.
But you don't have an affinity for New York?
Maybe to visit there, like for vacation, but that doesn't really have much to do with the read.
I'm distracted you. Sorry.
Ace of Pentacles. Somebody. Okay, so congratulations on whoever just got a new position.
Yeah.
And happiness, clarified by happiness. So it was definitely something you worked for at least 9 years. Very, very cool. Wheel of Fortune, an opportunity that came towards you. You decided to take it, and you were also divinely guided, and you were the right leadership that company needed. Interesting. That's so interesting. Okay, so
then we move to the tower.
That job stopped a potential accident from happening to somebody that you didn't even know. That is super interesting. You actually saved somebody. I've never looked at the tower like that before, ever, as saving somebody's life. I know what it means in terms of reconstructing your life.
Yeah.
But the tower in reverse, this man's
disaster averted,
or woman's good fortune save somebody.
Yeah. Which is why you've got the change card right underneath that.
Oh, and my gosh, and it increased their spiritual ranking. Look at that.
Yeah, because it's clarified by the Hierophant and Temperance.
And earlier I said divinely guided.
Yeah.
This is so cool. This is so crazy because this energy is so different from this.
Yeah, maybe it's the job that you thought you didn't want to take, you were iffy on. Because you're like, oh, but there might be this other job that might be better and da-da-da. You made the right choice.
Interesting. Okay. I feel like 33.3. So it's like almost 3 reads in one here. Okay. Moving along. Now we have the devil energy. Again, the second time in the read. So low, high, low.
Is that low?
It could be.
It's an adjustment.
Devil energy adjustment. This has to do with recovery.
Well, it could be that they're coming out of this period of mental obsession, right? Because you do have the change here. You've got the disaster averted. You've got the Hierophant here. So spirit definitely coming in. And so it's like they're shifting out of a low vibration and moving into an adjustment. But I see you getting ready to pull another card, so I'm sure we're going to know. Yeah,
I'm going to take these two. The Magician and the Six of Pentacles. Somebody owed somebody some money here.
Oh.
And they're going to be able to pay it back. But this isn't like my friend loaned me $500. This is like I was in some trouble. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such an unsettling feeling. I saw somebody who was getting followed by somebody in a white van and threatened. I don't like the way that feels at all, so I want to step away from it. And I'm really glad that you're going to be in position to get you out of this.
Yeah.
Because it felt scary, and the magician with you being able to transmute that is life-saving.
Yeah.
This was also sorry, like now I'm getting specifics. A female energy who thought that it, like, the threats weren't real, almost like she was naive and thought that no, but that happens in movies.
Yeah,
if you don't
they
pay
break
back
people's legs. They don't break
Yeah.
your thumbs. They don't steal your dog and kill it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now we have mentor. Mentor, Hierophant, 8 of Wands, and 3 of Swords.
8 of Wands and 3 of Swords. So there's definitely
This, I think this is related to this.
Yeah.
And that possibly somebody gave some advice that was impulsive and maybe desperate, and it led to this. And these people are associated with each other. I'm going to do one more.
Oh my goodness.
Good grief. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I want to make sure that, that you see this when I said what I said. And now we have these cards. 7 of Swords. Someone was lied to. 5 of Pentacles, and it had to do with money.
Yeah.
This is an actual Hierophant in reverse who made a poor investment and then pulled somebody else into it somehow.
Wow.
And she's somehow able to escape it.
Wow. So like dad's in trouble and daughter says, I know a guy I can borrow money from.
Yes.
And then said guy's like,
oh my goodness.
Where's my money?
What on earth did we tap into?
I don't know. And then you've got the last 2 alchemy cards.
Chaos and Ash. It ruined the trust in this relationship is one thing.
But at least the fire's out.
Yeah, the fire's out now. Somebody's able to rebuild something, but it was a mess with Ash and Chaos.
Wow.
This was so much drama. Like, my nervous system is going to have to recover from this.
Welcome back, lovers.
I felt like I just watched a movie that, like, shook me to my core.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I don't know what else to say.
How are we going to caption this read?
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, that is all I have to say about this one, though.
Yeah.
I would like to move on to another one. Yeah, another read. I want to do another read.
Yeah, I know, but we usually don't say that on camera.
We don't?
No.
Why not? I'm rusty. Forgive me.